What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to the video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2024 Bank of America Roval 400. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This week in the NASCAR Cup Series has the Charlotte Motor Speedway to the Charlotte Roval. A road course that creates a lot of chaos, a lot of controversy, a lot of wild moments, and some big wrecks as well. There's also new configuration that'll happen at the Charlotte Roval as turn number 7, I believe, has been reconfigured to turn into a hairpin. And the final corner also has a bigger and tighter braking zone, hopefully for more passing zones throughout the event. The last time we ran at the Charlotte Roval, we saw, I believe, AJ Allmendinger pick up his first win of the 2023 season. He'll be back this time around to try to defend and pick up his 4th career NASCAR Cup Series victory this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. So now we're going ahead and jump into picks. But before we go into jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend is looking extremely promising. It's going to be 81 degrees the high with 61 degrees as low, with a 0% chance of rain with sunny skies. Going to be some really good weather headed out to the Charlotte Roval this weekend. Let's now go ahead and take a look at the playoff standings as we go into the final race of the round of 12, which will determine the 8 drivers who will make the round of 8. So William Byron is advanced to the next round after getting enough points. Christopher Bell is 57 points above the cutoff line. Kyle Larson is 52 points above. Danny Hamlin's 30 above. Alex Bowman is 26 points above. Ryan Blaney is 25 above. Todd Reddick's 14 above. And Chase Elliott is 13 points above. Joey Logano is 13 points below. Daniel Suarez is 20 points below. Austin Hendrick is 29 below. And Chase Briscoe is 32 points below. At this point, most likely the 8 drivers above the cutoff line, I think, are going to most likely advance. And the 4 drivers below, unfortunately, I think, are most likely going to be the ones that are going to get eliminated in this round. So now, we're going to jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work. Usually I got 2 suck picks, 2 underdog picks, a winner's pick, and 5 drivers to watch out for. But because of the fact we're at a road course, I'm going to have 3 suck picks, 3 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the weekend who will not have a good run this weekend. 3 underdog picks, 3 drivers who desperately need a good run who I think will have a good run this weekend or are good at these types of tracks and underfunded equipment. And I do my winner's pick, the driver I think is going to win the race overall. And I got 7 drivers you need to watch out for along with the race winner. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2024 Bank of America Roval 400? My first suck pick for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is a driver of the 4 car for Stewart-Haas Racing, Josh Berry. Josh Berry has struggled on road courses so far in 2024. There was a stat right before Watkins Glen where Josh Berry had scored the least amount of points in a road course race this year. And I think he's unfortunately not going to run well. Plus, before he got to this car, the 4 team had generally struggled. I don't think he's going to have the pace and speed, unfortunately, to contend. I don't think he's going to be running up front. I think Berry, unfortunately, ends up struggling and most likely finishes outside of the top 20 or even for sure outside the top 25 this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. My second suck pick for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is a driver of the 43 car for Legacy Motor Club, Eric Jones. Eric Jones has a new crew chief coming into this weekend, and let's be real about Eric Jones. Eric Jones has been hit or miss so far this year. Eric Jones, over the course of the last couple years, he really has not been that great on road courses. So, unfortunately, I think he sadly ends up struggling this weekend with the 43 team. I don't think he's going to have the pace and speed. And sadly, I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for Eric. I don't think he has a really strong or good run, unfortunately, this weekend with Legacy Motor Club at Charlotte. And my third and final suck pick for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver of the 51 car for Ricker Racing, Corey LaJoie. Corey LaJoie will qualify up front, especially when he drove for Spire Motorsports not too long ago, but he never seems to finish well, and he tends to cause a lot of incidents and a lot of wrecks at these road course tracks. Unfortunately, I don't think Corey LaJoie is going to have the pace and speed, sadly, to contend this weekend. I think he's going to make some pretty big mistakes, unfortunately, and I think Corey LaJoie most likely finishes outside the top 20 or top 25, as I don't think he's going to run really good. He's been okay the first 2 races with Rick Ware, but unfortunately do not think he'll run really well this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. And now we'll go ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2024 Bank of America Roval 400. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is a driver of the 23 car for 23XI Racing, Bubba Wallace. Now, Bubba Wallace historically has not been the greatest road course racer. However, Bubba Wallace has actually been pretty good at the Charlotte Roval. Even before he started improving on these types of tracks, he's actually ran quite well at this racetrack. He's gotten a couple top 10s at this track and has been up front a little more consistently at these types of tracks, especially at the Roval. I think Bubba's going to have a chance and opportunity for a top 10. I think he might even be the better 23XI car at this point. I think he's actually going to run pretty well, and I think we'll have a solid and a pretty strong performance with 23XI this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. My second underdog pick for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is a driver 34 car for Farmer Motorsports, Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell is extremely underrated at road courses. He, of course, won the Indy Road Course last year, and Michael McDowell had some other races, especially like Sonoma earlier this year, where he finished in the runner-up position. I think McDowell's going to be fast this weekend. I think the 34 team, while they've qualified extremely well in super speedways, McDowell's also qualified pretty solidly on the road courses as well. I think McDowell's going to have the pace and speed for sure to contend this weekend for at least a top 10 or maybe even an outside shot at top 5. I think Michael McDowell will be pretty fast and pretty strong for sure this weekend at the Roval. And my third and final underdog pick for this weekend at the Roval is a driver to 77 car for Spire Motorsports, Carson Hocevar. Carson Hocevar has been very good and underrated at these types of tracks. Remember Watkins Glen? He finished in the top 5, was up front contending for the win in victory, and I think he even led a few laps at Watkins Glen as well. And I feel like as the year has progressed and gone on, Carson Hocevar has actually improved as a race car driver. So I think Carson Hocevar is going to be pretty fast this weekend. Spire's getting a lot better on a week-by-week basis, and I think Carson will have a chance and opportunity to at least for sure get a top 10 this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. And now we'll go ahead and jump onto the winner's pick for the Bank of America Roval 400. Who is my winner's pick? A couple days ago, I had my winner's pick in, but I've changed my winner's pick because this guy got added to the entry list that I'm picking this weekend. This guy, I think, is also going to win the NASCAR Xfinity race, so I think he is going to sweep the weekend. I am picking the driver of the 13 car for Pollock Racing, Shane Van Gisbergen, to pick up his first victory of 2024 this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. I think SVG is going to win. SVG has been very good on road courses this year and came very close to getting the win at Watkins Glen a couple weekends ago before unfortunately making a mistake at the end of the race. I think Shane's going to have a fast car this weekend. I really think the number 13 team is going to have pace and speed to contend, and I think will be a major factor and contender to get the first win. He's been good on road courses. He's going to be working with Travis Mack and everyone from the 16 team. We obviously know Trackhouse is building the cars. I think Shane will have a really solid and strong performance, and I think he gets his first win of 2024 this weekend at the Roval. And now we'll go ahead and jump onto the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at the Roval. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you should watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is a driver of the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson's been solid at road courses so far this year. He did win at Sonoma, but also has been a little inconsistent at times as well. But Kyle Larson is 5 team. They do have the pace and speed, and he's coming off of getting a top 5 at Talladega Super Speedway. I think Kyle Larson's going to be strong this weekend. I think Larson, of course, is the former winner at this track back in 2021. I think Kyle Larson will have a pretty solid, and I think will have a really great performance for sure this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. The second driver to watch out for this weekend at the Roval is a driver of the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is a 2-time winner of the Roval back in 2019 and 2020. It came very close to winning this race 2 years ago before, unfortunately, there was a lot of chaos near the end of the event. I think Chase Elliott's going to be fast this weekend. Elliott, while he's not been the strongest at road course in the next-gen era, he is still a really solid and a pretty good one at these types of tracks. So I think Chase Elliott will for sure be a major factor to potentially get win number 2 of 2024 this weekend at the Roval. The third driver to watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is a driver's 16 car for Pollock Racing, AJ Allmendinger. This originally almost was going to be my pick to win this weekend. AJ has been very good at the Charlotte Roval historically, not just in the Xfinity Series, but the Cup Series as well. And of course, like it's mentioned, he won the race last year. I think AJ is going to have a really strong and fast car this weekend. Pollock, I think, is going to bring some good speed. I think AJ will have a really good and solid performance for sure this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. The fourth driver to watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is a driver of the 8 car for Rich Strauss Racing, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch was really fast at the Charlotte Roval last year, where he's a major factor and contender to get the victory. And I feel like in the second half of the season, Kyle Busch has been a lot faster and a lot quicker. I think he's going to have a car capable of winning this weekend. I think that the 8 team is going to bring the pace and speed. They've got the setups from 2 years ago, which, of course, they were really strong 2 years ago at this track. I think Kyle Busch will be a major factor and a major threat for the win for sure this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. The fifth driver to watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is a driver of the 48 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman is extremely good at the Charlotte Roval. In fact, in every single race, he's not failed to finish outside of the top 10. He's finished every time inside the top 10, and his average finish is like 6 or 7, which is the best of anybody in the field full time. I think he's going to run really well this weekend. Alex Bowman, I think he's got a really good chance. I was almost considering to pick him winning, but he's been extremely good also in the playoffs so far this year. So I think Alex Bowman's going to have the speed, and I do think he'll be a major factor and contender for sure to get the victory this weekend with the 48 team at the Charlotte Roval. The 6 drivers to watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver 17 car for RFK Racing, Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher won the most recent road course race at Watkins Glen, and Chris Buescher has the best average finish of any active driver in the next-gen era at road courses. And I think he's only had 1 or 2 finishes outside of the top 10 in the next-gen era at these types of tracks. I think Buescher is going to be fast. He's been really good at these types of tracks. Like I mentioned, he did win Watkins Glen. It would not surprise or shock me if Chris Buescher picks up career win, I think, number 7. I think it would be his 7th career win if he got it done. I think Buescher has a chance to do that for sure this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. And the semifinal driver I think you should watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver of the 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. William Byron is a really good road course racer. He had a chance to win this race last year, was battling with AJ Allmendinger for the win and the victory. And William Byron also, I feel like, has been getting better in the second half of these playoffs. He got a 2nd place finish at Kansas and finished in 3rd at Talladega. I think he's going to be a major factor and contender for the victory. I think he's going to be super quick. I think he's going to be super fast. And I think he'll have a good chance and opportunity to get win number 4 of 2024 this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. So, those are my race picks for the 2024 Bank of America World Full 400. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Josh Berry, Eric Jones, Corey LaJoie. My underdog picks are Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell, Carson Hocevar. My winner's pick is Shane Van Gisbergen. And the ones to watch out for, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, AJ Allmendinger, Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, and William Byron. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the Race 6 video for the 2024 Bank of America World 400 at the Charlotte Roval. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment your picks below for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. Tell me your suck picks, tell me your underdog picks, tell me your winner's pick, and let me know drivers you're watching out for this weekend at the Roval. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Later today on the channel, you'll see the paint scheme video for the Bank of America World 400. Then tomorrow, you'll see a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. And you also will see some other content dropping this weekend as we take it to the Roval. We'll have Xfinity review, a Cup review, and we'll also have reactions to Cup and potentially even Xfinity qualifying as well this weekend. Got a lot of great content that I can't wait for you guys to check out. And we'll also have Haley Deegan, Carl Lovers, all that stuff coming this weekend as well, so expect that to come. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.